Hey, good evening, guys. So, check out this article. 85% of Nigerian foreign scholarship students do not return, according to the Minister Laments, the government of Nigeria. The government of Nigeria is tired of the scholastic sector spending money on scholarships for foreign scholarship, right, programs, sending off their Nigerian students to all of these abroad places so that they can study, and they're not returning home to build their country, according to this article. So the Nigerian government is actually cracking down on the misuse of funds. This is what they're doing. You guys could go to Punch newspaper and you could read the article for yourself, but I'm just going to give you a quick rundown in case you don't have time to read the article for yourself. So I find this very interesting, and I stand with Nigeria. I stand with the government of Nigeria. I think they do need to crack down on the misappropriation of scholastic funds. And there's nothing wrong with sending your best and brightest overseas to study. But the issue now is, why is it that your best and brightest and your smartest students are not returning home to Nigeria to build up the infrastructure in Nigeria and to do their graduate studies in Nigeria? So check out this article, guys. I find it really interesting. Shout out to Nigeria for trying to make a change with how they spend the funding for the students. So if you read the article, you will realize that Nigeria is cracking down on it. So they have a crisis going on where students are being shipped off so rapidly, and it's causing a problem with school districts where some schools are getting the same funding as other schools where they should not be getting the same funding because they don't even have the same amount of students. So you'll have a school that has, let's say, 1,000 students, right, getting the same amount of funding as a school that has 6,000 students, right? Just throwing numbers out there so you guys can understand what's going on, right? And the Nigerian government is tired of that, and they're saying that the school districts are misappropriating the funds. They're just shipping off. They're using all the funds to ship off their students to abroad, to study abroad. And the major problem is these students, they stay abroad. They don't return to Nigeria. They don't return to fix the infrastructure. They don't return to bring their smarts and what they learned abroad to Nigeria to make Nigeria a better place for everybody. This is a major issue, and kudos to them for cracking down on it, man. Because instead of fleeing Nigeria to go be the best and brightest in America or China or wherever else you are, everybody can't flee Nigeria and never come back to Nigeria. 85%, that's a huge number. And then we don't even factor in all the people in between that left Africa and they didn't go study abroad, but they managed to leave Nigeria and didn't return, right? So if we factor all of those people in, this number is way bigger than what we really think it is. But out of the students, just counting the students, right, 85% of Nigerian foreign scholarship students don't return. That's crazy, man. Imagine most of your best and brightest never returning to your country ever again to build it up. We have to instill pride, ethnic pride, and country, national pride within the entire global melanin diaspora, right? I believe in the philosophy of pie. I created it to replace Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism had a lot of holes in it. I felt Pan-Africanism was outdated. And the issue with Pan-Africanism is you have a lot of these people fleeing from their countries, right, to come to places like the United States of America, where foundational Black Americans have not really fled. We have stayed 10 toes down in this country, right? Generation after generation after generation, and made this country a better place so that other people could come and enjoy the United States of America. We've been here before this was even a country, laying down the foundational bricks, right? We are the ones who made this a semi-safe place for you to walk around in, and for you to even be able to cast a ballot and vote, or or for your children to vote if they're born here, or and for you to go to the grocery store, enjoy walking around in the park, versus Nigeria. And this is no disrespect. I'm not throwing shots at anybody. I think it's a great thing. Every country should invest in themselves. But I believe in the philosophy of PI, that is pan-indigenous earth, prosperous indigenous earth, meaning each melanin person on this planet should instill within their children and then their own minds national pride and ethnic pride. You cannot do that if you're fleeing the country, your homeland, from where your forefathers are from. You cannot have ethnic pride and build up your particular country and your nation and your ethnic group if you're constantly fleeing your country, or you're shipping off your best and brightest away from your country and your people. Your country will not prosper when you keep doing that. What ends up happening is you end up leeching off of the accomplishments of another group of people, such as foundational Black Americans. And I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just calling a spade, guys. Right? So what Nigerian government is doing, when you read this article, they said enough is enough. Not only are we cracking down on how the funds are being allocated, we're also shutting down students being shipped off to foreign lands to study abroad. So you hear that? That means that you people that are studying abroad right now, y'all been acting up so much, y'all done pissed off the Nigerian government so much that they don't even want to continue to spend funding for foreign abroad student affairs. They don't want to continue to fund studying abroad programs. The Nigerian government is cracking down on spending money on studying abroad. So you students that refuse to return, all of you generations, first generation, second generation, that never returned to Nigeria to build up Nigeria, to make Nigeria have a better tomorrow and today, you just made it harder on the people in Nigeria, because the government don't even want to fund those students to leave up out of Nigeria to study abroad anymore. You just made it harder for your own people because you're acting a fool. You're not returning home. The Nigerian government is seeing you act a fool. You're getting banned from China. You're getting banned from, and this is no disrespect, I'm just telling the truth. If I'm lying, then prove I'm lying. You're getting banned from the United States of America. Trump don't want y'all coming in the country like that anymore. Britain don't want y'all coming over to Britain like that anymore. France, you name it. It's so many countries. Japan. Need I name more? So Nigerians, this is a time for you all to do the right thing. No more Pan-Africanism. Invest in yourself. Philosophy of Pi. Pan-Indigenous Earth. Prosperous Indigenous Earth. No more Pan-Africanism. You can no longer leech off of another ethnic